Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day and an excellent time to get a line in the water, see if we can hook into big catfish out here today. Let's get to it, see what we can find. All right, let's get baited up here. I'm going to be starting out the morning with a live bluegill. I went out yesterday and had me a bluegill trip, and that trip was a blast. I got on a bed there, on a bed of bluegill, and caught a whole ton of them, and they were all big bluegill. I was trying to find just some fish that were a little bit smaller, honestly, for the purposes that I'm trying to use them for out here today. I wanted them just a little bit smaller, and so I was having a hard time. I caught a ton of bluegill, man, but they were all tanks. I was having a hard time getting on any a little bit smaller ones. I don't need them tiny, but just wanted them a little bit smaller for what I'm doing, what I'm using them for out here today. But anyway, I kept a few. I've got one here that we're going to start the day out with. I kept 5 of them, and I was going to fish actually a totally different stretch of water, use these live bluegill, see if we could get on a flathead today. Well, 4 of the 5 croaked on me overnight, so I'm a little bit disappointed. I had them in a bait cooler with an aerator on them, but I didn't have a lot of water in there, and I was nervous. I thought about turning the garden hose on and just filling that thing up full, but was nervous with there not being a lot of water from the source in the cooler, that loading them up with that garden hose water would alter the temperature enough that it might send them into shock and potentially kill them that way. So I didn't do that. I wish I had. 4 of the 5, like I said, died on me, but I changed the plans. We're on a totally different stretch of water. We're just going to start out with this one bluegill, see what it'll do for us, and then we're fishing cut bait the rest of the day. So we'll make do with what we got, but we're going to get this bait fish here down, sitting on a hole here. I hope we're able to find a flathead in it. Here it is. Something's on it, man. Something's on. Oh, did he drop it? Nope. They're running the other way. Running the other way. Okay. Okay. Oh, he's down in all that. Oh, geez. Down in all that stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh, boy. That's a big channel. Big channel. Oh, man. He's digging. Holy cow. Oh. Keep him out of all that. Holy cow. Oh, that's a strong fish. Oh, that gets your heart pounding. That's exciting. Oh boy. Oh boy. Peel and drag. Peel and drag. Holy cow. Okay, keep him out of all this stuff over here. Oh man. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Okay, keep him out of that. Keep him out of that. Stay out of that, man. Stay out of that. Oh, holy cow. Okay. Oh, holy cow. Oh boy. I realize that camera's crooked. I gotta fix it, but for now I gotta control the fish. He gets me in the stuff I'm sitting on, he's gonna be long gone. Holy cow. That's a strong channel. Oh geez, he just got me sopping wet. Oh boy. Oh, let's see if I can fix this camera a little bit. Oh man, that's a strong fish. Oh, holy cow. We might have him a little under control. Honestly, I don't know that fish is really any bigger than some of the others I've got down here already this year. I was thinking this is going to be a tank of a fish, but he's just pulling like a freight train. Oh, man, that's exciting. Something about fishing a live bait. I was determined to get that bluegill eaten. There's just something about fishing a live bait that is so much more thrilling. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is that way, but man, my heart rate's got to come back down. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. Oh, well, I think we about got him under control now. I can kind of hang on to him here and let him do his thing for a minute. I think that camera is somewhat straightened out now. I'm kind of in an awkward position, which made it hard to mount the camera properly. And let's be honest, I'm out here to catch fish first and foremost. The filming is just a secondary issue. If I have to choose between getting a big cat like that landed and the rush of catching him on the short line rod and reel out of a kayak on a suspended bait, choose between that or trying to get good footage, well, that's an easy choice. All right, man, let's just give him a minute. He's pretty wore out, but too green still to bring in the kayak. Suppose I can get this bucket emptied. All it's got is just water in there now. It's putting the bluegill as I move from spot to spot, putting him back in there just to keep him alive. But he's gone now. Suppose I ought to do what I can to get this bucket emptied out of the way so we can get this fish landed. It's convenient because we're sitting right here where I launched the kayak, so I went downstream first and then came back upstream. So I should be able, we're sitting right where I launched, I should be able to just toss this bucket on the bank and pick it up when I come back through. See if we can get a hand on this thing now. Yeah, I was shocked to see the way he fought. I was like, that's gotta be a 15 plus pound channel. But it's just something about catching a fish on a live bait gets them more excited. You get these aggressive bites. There's just something more thrilling about fishing a live bait than a cut bait. I really can't explain it. Try to get myself in a position to land the fish. All right, I gotta get this paddle out of my way. Oh. Alrighty, let's pop that hook, guys. That is a pretty nice fish. Not as big as what I thought he was. That live bait bite is just a little more aggressive, it seems, than some of these bites that you get on the cut bait. But regardless, I have to get my pliers on that one. Regardless, it's a quality fish for sure. That wasn't coming free. Unless he got tangled up in something, which was very possible. Alright, all. There's a look at that fish. Man, he was a fight. I've been on a little kick with weighing fish lately. This one comes in at 9 pounds, 7 ounces. At just under 10 pounds. A little smaller than a couple I got there last week, but he definitely outfought him, for sure. Just something about that live bait bite that's a lot of fun. This guy's got a roly-poly crawling up his back, so that's a good story for you. I left my kayak sitting, I didn't have it face down on the ground. I had it propped up against the side of something and kind of tilted with top towards the bottom, top towards the ground, just to keep, when rain comes through, keep it dry. And I didn't have it inside or anything like that. And I come to get it today, and I get it down on the water and realize, man, I've got just roly-polies on top of roly-polies. I mean, I'm loaded with them. So I'm riding the kayak with a floor full of roly-polies today. But if it means I get to go to do battle with fish like this, man, it's totally worth it. So we'll get him out of the kayak and released here. Just like that, he's on his way. Well, that was the only live bait that I had with me. Like I said, I told you guys the story there. So, man, them bluegill were fun to catch yesterday, though. I'll tell you what, I didn't have a camera with me. I didn't film that trip, but that made it all the more fun. I didn't have to mess with that. So, we're going to get a bait out of the cooler here. get turned around to grab it. I can't hardly reach it, and just go with some cut bait. We're gonna have to cut a piece. We'll drop another bait here where we're sitting, and we'll just move on. We're gonna paddle upstream and float our way back down, but we're gonna dump this bait bucket out on the bank over here on our way. Okay, is he on? Yeah, I couldn't hardly tell if that one had the hook or not. Oh, I think he does though. I think my drag might have slid loose on this rod. Normally we're locked a little tighter than what we've been today. They're pulling drag when they shouldn't be, and that makes it hard. People talk to me all the time about, man, you need to loosen the drag on your rod, but I wish I could lock it down tighter, because these fish, when I'm sitting right on top of this structure like this, they make a big run and they're gone. They get tangled up, they get in that stuff, and you're never getting them back. So I like to keep that drag locked down. Keep that drag tight and make sure those fish don't make a run I can't recover from. And I'll tell you what too, one thing about fishing this way, it's real exciting at the start. They hit, they make a run, especially these channel cats. They hit and they make a big aggressive run, and it's game on, and you've got to just be ready to keep them out of that stuff, out of all these snags, all the structure and stuff. But then once you got them whooped, once you've got them out of that stuff, kind of done. Like game over on this fish. So it's a real intense fight, but in a lot of cases a pretty short fight too. So we're not fishing deep water. We don't have 30-40 foot of line to reel up. So now the next challenge is just, we kept them out all the stuff, and the next challenge is, can we get them landed without having them pop free, because I don't carry a net with me. Takes up too much space in the kayak, and it just doesn't feel worth it to me. And trying to land them by hand adds an additional element of difficulty that makes it, once again, a little more fun. I'm out here to have fun. Now, the main point for me is to not just to catch fish, but to enjoy catching fish. So if not bringing a net, you know, puts me at a disadvantage, well, that's all right, because I'm already at a disadvantage, and that's the point. That's what makes it fun. And this fish appears to have got that hook right up under the lip somehow. So we're gonna have to be really careful when we land him. Not in the mouth, but under the mouth somehow. Interesting place for a fish to get hooked. Man, he's not done yet either, is he? Must not like having that hook up under his chin. Calm down there for me, fish, and I'll get you landed and get that hook out. I'll let you go. Okay, we got him in the kayak. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that hook is not in the mouth, it's under the mouth. I don't know how that happened. Regardless, we caught the fish. Alright, let's get us another one held up there. Again, solid fish. Nothing wrong with that at all. A lot of fun to catch. A little bit different with the cut bait, but the cut bait still works great, and I've said 100 times before, that's what works for me, just from a convenience standpoint. It takes a lot of time. When you're fishing the weekend, like I typically am, you've got 1, maybe 2 days to fish. Going to get bait, it just isn't realistic a lot of the time. So to have some cuts of bait in your freezer that you're confident in, that you can pull out and run, and oh boy. Oh, let's get him out of the kayak, how about? Get that fish out of here. But to have some baits in your freezer that you trust, that you know will work, and not have to go out and catch bait every time, that's a, I mean, that right there is a huge advantage, actually, just to be able to have bait ready to go. So caught us that fish. Caught me a lot of fish using that bait out of the freezer. So I'm gonna get a look at this. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at it. I'm gonna get a look at this bait here. Honestly, I mean, it ain't been out for long. I've got plenty of bait. I probably could switch it out. Let's just switch it out just because I've got plenty, but I mean, we could reuse it. We could rehook and reuse it. Actually, you know what I'll do is I'll rehook it and I'll reuse it here, because you know, I've said before, I typically catch a fish, drop another bait, and just see if there might not be another one down there. So we'll just drop this bait back down on this hole, see if we get another one, and then when we move on to our next spot, then we'll cut a fresh piece up there. Well, I have tried tirelessly to get that third coveted bite out here today, and man, it's just not happening. So we had those 2 bites earlier on. I think we're just gonna call it a day with those 2 fish. And you know, it's a trade-off that I make. There are other techniques that I could use to get bit more frequent out here, but we'd maybe get numbers, but the size of the fish wouldn't quite be there. So I make that trade-off. I'm willing to take fewer bites and to spend hours out here kind of sitting on holes like this, not getting bit, if it means that the fish I do catch end up being a little bit bigger. So the fish we caught today were pretty good quality. I had a lot of fun catching them. I thought we got those 2 pretty quick. I thought it was going to turn out to be an excellent day of fishing out here today. You just never know. It kind of turned off on us, but I'll try to do better next time. I had a lot of stuff kind of not go as planned, so I'll try to be a little bit more prepared next time. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you again in the next one.